Moscow is seeking to secure the future of its key military bases in Syria while making inroads with the country's new rebel leadership. Russia has kept a sizable airbase in northwest Syria and a naval facility at the Mediterranean port of Tartus since Moscow's military intervention helped President Bashar al-Assad reclaim most of the country after nationwide protests that began in 2011. But after the collapse of Assad, the Kremlin's staunchest ally in the Middle East, who has fled to Moscow. The Russian military is still stationed at its Syrian bases after the fall of Bashar al-Assad's government. But Russia tries to evacuate its troops from Syria. But it will not be easy for Russia to evacuate its military personnel, as well as a large amount of weapons and equipment deployed in different parts of the country, from Syria. A large Russian military contingent remains in Syria. At the beginning of 2024, its number, according to indirect evidence, was about 7.5 thousand people, writes the BBC. Russia operates the Tartus naval base, the Kompromat air base, and other military facilities in the country. In 2017, Moscow and Damascus signed an agreement on the use of bases in Tartus and Kompromat for a period of 49 years, until 2066. However, now it is difficult to say whether Russia will retain them at all, the journalists note, adding that the Russian leadership has also made it clear that there are no plans to use them and their fate is to be discussed with the new authorities in Damascus. At the same time, the bases in Tartus and Kompromat are not the only facilities where Russian military personnel are present. Journalists also emphasize that if the information previously published in the media is confirmed and the Russian command has contacted the Turkish command to agree on assistance in withdrawing troops, this will help evacuate Russian troops from remote areas of Syria, but not from all of them. In some areas where there are Russian troops, there is no Turkish presence at all. A certain amount of tension has been hovering around the Kompromat and Tartus bases, as the Telegram channel DVA Myura, which is close to the Russian army, reported. We have received information that militants from Hayat Tahrir al-Sham intend to test the defenses of our Kompromat base. Light camouflage measures lights out have been taken and personnel have taken up positions, he said. So, with Moscow's long-term access to those bases now under question, it's possible that Russia moved its ships temporarily out to sea to protect them while conditions in Syria remain uncertain. At Kompromat, which Russia uses as its primary channel for flying troops into Africa, satellite images showed that much of the Kremlin's equipment, including fighter jets and helicopters, remained on site.